However, we do have a winner.
Yeah.
Of sorts.
Yeah, sure.
Depends on what the prize is.
Yeah. What episode? Well, this is Perfect Turd Podcast. What episode? This is episode 11? 11. We're just striding on along, and the movie we watched was Android Cop.
Android Cop.
Yes. Just a little bit about this movie. It was on IMDb. They basically put, like, one of the facts is this was basically supposed to capitalize off of the reboot of RoboCop.
Yeah, okay. And what you said, it was, 3 stars on IMDb?
Like 3 out of 10.
That sounds like bullshit to me.
Because you think it deserves...
We'll get to that.
Because, just some more about the film. It stars, Michael Jai White, martial artist, been in a lot of martial arts movies.
Yeah, we need to talk more in depth on him.
Yeah, we could just have an episode dedicated to Michael Jai White.
Definitely.
But yeah, Michael Jai White, and then also, who else was in this movie? Kadeem Hardison, who was on A Different World, and then also Charles S. Dutton, who's known to be in a lot of stuff. So, some notable people in this movie.
Collecting paychecks.
Yes. I mean, the movie, like we said, it was just to ride off of RoboCop's
and it's
reboot.
in an asylum film. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Asylum film, one of the many asylum films. This one actually looks good.
It does look pretty good.
Because we recently reviewed, before we reviewed Transmorphers. Dear God. So
I try to forget that we watched that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like a bad childhood memory. It made you who you were, but you really wish you didn't have to go through it.
Yeah.
So how does the movie start off?
It seems almost like a post-apocalyptic scenario.
But it's not as bad as like a Mad Max or anything like that. It's more so like, it's post-apocalyptic and they still have some civilization.
Yeah, exactly.
They have cars and shit.
But there's gangs and there's violence.
There's gangs because there's, contamination or, I don't know, there's some virus killing people.
Yeah.
Which brings in Michael Jai White as Hammond. And,
yeah. He's cool.
And who is his partner?
Yeah, his partner, I forget the name right now.
Yeah.
He gets killed.
Yes.
While they're doing some kind of mission here.
Yes. That's it. Yeah, that's it. And then Hammond, they were trying to find that one girl, this girl.
Yeah, who ends up being the mayor's daughter.
Yes. And this is where shit gets weird. This appearance of the mayor's daughter, but she's in bed linked to an android body.
Right. I actually like that part of the film.
That's so fucking weird.
That you could be an android, like your consciousness is going to an android body, but you can be injured or whatever.
Yeah.
In the hospital, but still be kind of living through an android. That was one of the things of this film that I actually liked.
Yeah. I just think they horribly put it in this story.
Okay.
Like, it's just like, it's a good idea, but it's kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then...
so memorable, this movie.
So then, they have to give Hammond a new partner who is Android Cop.
Android Cop.
Now, he's Andy.
He had a name, but Hammond just called him Andy, short for Android.
Yeah.
So I'll just call you Andy.
Yes.
This is kind of funny.
And
so, yeah, he's wearing kind of RoboCop-esque, like, armor. But it's horrible.
Yeah, it's very bad. He looks like a dark version of Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
It's really just like, oh, okay, we got this. Put it with this other shit.
Yeah, it's like they just threw a bunch of shit on him and spray painted it all black.
Yes.
And the guy that played him was just the worst.
Was he the worst, or was it just he plays it so bland? Yeah. Or was he directed so bland? It's like...
Well, yeah. Whatever it was, like, the way he was told to play the part or whatever, it was just not good.
They probably told him, you know how you've gone through, like, acting classes? Forget all that shit and just read what's on the script. No emotion, nothing. Just nothing. If you give emotion, we'll have to do it again. Yeah, he just plays it just straight up. And I think, like, people might be like, well, what about RoboCop? At least RoboCop, like, you can see, like, he's mangled up, and he has more emotion than this person in this film.
Yeah, and he would still be kind of cool, like RoboCop, come on, creep.
Yeah.
And stuff like
he
that.
had those sayings.
Yeah, and this guy was just kind of like, no, like, just so deadpanned and horrible.
Yes. And so then I guess there's some political corruption going on because I guess they're poisoning the food that they drop off to try to help the people that don't live in the city, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, very convoluted.
Yeah, it was all, yeah, that's a good way of putting it, convoluted.
Yeah, it's a bunch of stuff they're trying to accomplish. But you're like, okay, so are they trying to keep on poisoning the people, or are they just trying to kill them all? I don't know.
Don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They go into the city, they find the girl, she tells them about the poison food or whatever, and then the twist comes. Or maybe does the twist come?
And yeah, the twist does come because Hammond gets shot.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
there's something about Hammond that's special.
Yeah.
He's actually an android.
He's an android.
He didn't know it.
In the beginning of the movie, it looks like Hammond also got shot.
Yeah.
But he couldn't use the lower half of his body, so they transported his consciousness into an android that looks like him without telling him.
Right.
And then basically they go to his body to cut his life support.
So they kill the human Hammond that was in bed on life support.
Yes.
Later on, we find out. Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Yes, exactly. That's this whole script. So, and I'm drawing a blank. And then she gets out of the car and she just talks to someone. I have a story for you. And okay. And then she goes back to the car to embrace a dying Hammond android. But then we go back to the car with Hammond and Andy. And apparently Hammond's consciousness was transported enough to the android.
Yeah.
Where he's still...
Hammond gets to live on as an android.
Yeah.
But he still fancies himself a human.
Yeah. He has this whole thing where he's like, I'm still a human.
Yeah, I'm superior to you. You're just a robot.
Yeah.
I'm a human. Yeah. And that was basically it.
Yeah. That's the whole movie.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So, what did you think, Joe?
Well, here's what I think. This movie sucks.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Michael Jai White.
Yeah.
You deserve... Well, if they paid you, then, hey.
He deserves more.
Yes.
You see now, so I do like him in the film. He does have some action. They didn't quite utilize his martial arts enough.
And that's the weird thing.
Yeah.
He's a very good martial artist because he's like,
really
right
good.
now, he's like 50, but he can probably mop the floor with like a lot of these young martial artists, like for real.
Yeah.
But he's in good shape.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, we'll just give him, we're going to use the Michael Jai White name.
Yeah.
But we're only going to give you about, in total, 15 minutes of him doing something that he's very talented at.
Right. The plot was dumb.
Yes.
For the most part.
It was convolutedly dumb. I don't even care if that's not a word. It was dumb, but it was complicated for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say for this film, I'm giving it a 1. I don't like it.
I mean, I agree. Like, maybe a 2 just because, it looks kind of nice and some of the special effects, especially when they had that helicopter.
Okay.
But, like, 2 is, like, stretching it.
You're stretching it big time.
It's almost like, you got to dig in. Like, you got to say something like, well, you could understand what they were saying. So, yeah, it's a 1.
Yeah, Asylum films, a lot of them are pretty rough to watch.
And the thing is, they have the capabilities to probably make something that's decent. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of like, it's either we're making something okay, or just fuck it. Just fuck it. We're just making something, whatever we want to make. Because, like, it looks good. You have Michael Jai White. Why don't you just make a martial arts movie with Michael Jai White?
Yeah. What big movie could you put, like a Marvel movie?
You can fit him
Yeah,
in
you
something.
can fit him in things. Or DC. Well, DC sucks. The movies.
Well, yeah.
I'm a DC guy.
Yeah.
I'm a DC guy, but the DC movies do suck
I will
lately.
I will say this about Michael Jai White. We're going to talk about like the big comic book craze.
Mm-hmm.
There is there was a comic book called Blackjack.
Yeah.
Yes, he was black.
Yeah.
But it was about this guy who used to be a soldier, but after he gets out of the military, he becomes, a gun for hire, and he goes on adventures.
Okay.
That's Michael Jai White.
What about a character like within one of the existing stories that you could add him to, like Blackjack character wouldn't you couldn't add him into like Affinity Wars or something. But is there anything, because he could have been in Black Panther.
Okay. This is a villain role, but there is a role. Okay, now we're just getting into fan fiction. There's this villain called the Taskmaster. The Taskmaster is the guy who basically is the guy who has like all the connects for goons and shit like that. But he was a former SHIELD operative. Not only that, he was one of the students of Nick Fury.
Okay.
So he could be that villain, and this character was like so good, like he took some serum or something like that, where he could see people's like moves and stuff like that before they happened. So
that sounds cool.
That sounds cool. So Taskmaster, that's cool.
Cool. So I mean, I would just like to see him in something enormous as a central character.
Yeah.
As whether it's a part of a big one of those groups, even a big villain.
Yeah.
Just something where he is a central character, and I want to see him in something big because I think he's a really cool dude.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. He's a martial artist.
Mm-hmm.
Has a good voice.
He does.
Voiced a lot of stuff.
He has voiced a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That is true.
So.
And if they do, because there is a rumor that they are going to do another Spawn.
It's going to be with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish they would have brought him back and just let him do it again.
He didn't like that movie, though.
Yeah, but...
Yeah.
It could have been better. It was maybe the best they could have done with that movie for the time.
Yeah.
It was like 97 or so.
Yeah.
And CGI was bad back then and stuff, but yeah. But that would be another reason to take another crack at it.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he will forever be Spawn. Like, we'll always remember him as Spawn.
Yeah. Maybe in the mind of Michael Jai White, he's like, look, there's things I want to do, but at least I'm a working actor.
Maybe he should have gotten his teeth fixed.
What's wrong with his teeth?
He's got a gap like Arnold. He's got one of the... Remember Arnold?
Oh,
he used to have the gap, and then when he started becoming bigger, he got it fixed.
I don't know.
He got it capped. Maybe that's one of the reasons.
That's the one thing that's holding
that's
back
what it
Michael
is.
Jai White.
I figured it out. Let's call him up. You got his number?
I wish I did.
I say, listen, I know what the problem is, man.
You need to get that gap. All
I'm
that other shit.
I'm telling you, that's what it is. That's what it is. Well.
Yeah, we started talking about Android Cop, and then we started talking about how Michael Jai White deserves better.
Yeah.
Hollywood, hurry up, damn it.
Right.
Yeah.
So this ended up being a Android Cop / Michael Jai White podcast.
Yes. Yeah, and Michael Jai White, if you're listening in your busy time, we would love to have you. I don't know. He's a big guy. Can we fit him?
You can fit him in the back.
I don't know if I feel right with having Michael Jai White sit in the back.
Well, I have to drive because it's my car.
You can let Michael Jai White drive.
Well, I mean, I trust him to drive. That's fine.
Yeah.
But then I'd be sitting in the back.
But it's Michael Jai White, Joe.
Well, why can't we all sit in the middle? We'll sit.
We'll all sit in the front.
All in the front.
Just do that. That won't be uncomfortable for Michael Jai White at all.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is an open invitation.
Yeah.
Michael Jai White.
Yeah.
If you want to be on the Perfect Turd podcast, which I know you do.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you drive my car. I'm going to sit in the back, and we're going to do the podcast together.
Yes.
We're going to make that happen. That's going to be the goal.
That's the goal. That's one of our goals.
Wherever this podcast ever goes.
Yes.
That's going to be the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Michael Jai White's going to be on the show.
Yes.
That would be freaking awesome.
What
Can you imagine if he was like, man, I love that fucking Perfect Turd podcast. Hell yeah, I'll be on there.
We get a call. Hello? This is Michael Jai White. Wait, what? Seriously? You want to come on here? Okay. You'll have to fly yourself and everything because we can't afford this shit.
Unless you like Coach on
God.
on Spirit Airlines.
Oh God. Trains are nice.
How do you feel about buses?
Yeah, you're this big action star.
You never know. He might live in Florida.
So if we're gonna complete this goal, Joe, we have to find out where Michael Jai White lives.
Yeah. I mean, finding out where he lives seems kind of creepy, but it seems like finding out where he lives is the most likelihood that we would get our asses kicked.
By Michael Jai White. So we'll take that off of there. So that will be off, so we have to wait.
That's a possibility, but we'll keep that on the lower part of the list.
Exactly.
All right.
Yep.
Well, goal set. Perfect Turd Podcast, episode 11.
Yeah.
That's it, folks. Peace.
Deuces. I think he knows like wushu and like capoeira. Did you know he was also a teacher?
He's one of those guys that's like, I just want to be happy.
Dude, he's kind of like Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Michael Jai White is married.
Do you think he could take us both at the same time?
Yes.
Like if he just went at him.
He's not a Facebook or a social media person. He's not just a martial artist. He's like a freaking bodybuilder guy.
He acts aloof and then makes the women want him even more.
But he is so badass, his wife proposed to him. That is a real story. That's crazy.
We love Michael Jai.
Yeah, so we gotta... let's not anger Michael Jai White. I think he has like 5 kids.
Michael Jai White, we're coming for you.
Yeah, not coming for you, because you could...
To be on the podcast.
Yeah, to be on the podcast. You could easily beat the shit out of us. I think he lives in New York. Michael Jai White said that he could beat up Bruce Lee. He's kind of like this guy that doesn't really bow down to stuff. I think he has some competitive background. He's done a lot of training in martial arts. Mm-hmm. So not only is Michael Jai White a great person in film, he's a great person in real life. If you look at a lot of his films, he is kind of like agile. We're learning things today, Joe.
We love Michael Jai.
Yeah, so